Hi Monica. I wanted to share with you my sermon that I gave at Fine Arts and also had the privilege of preaching at my church. The title of it is, This Changes Everything. I'm going to name some people, and I want everyone to think about the one thing that they all have in common. Esther, Abraham Lincoln, Adolf Hitler, Osama bin Laden, Billy Graham, and Tiger Woods. Anyone know? Well, I'll tell you. They all made a choice. Every one of those men or women made a choice. A choice that changed everything. People everywhere, every day make choices. Some good and some bad, and some that may not matter now, but could drastically affect their futures. Although the choices you make every day may not have such a worldwide influence, they still affect you and the people around you. Your friends, classmates, and coworkers, they watch you, judge you. They observe the kind of life you live. Can they tell? Can they tell by your words, by your actions, by the choices that you make, that you are different? That you are a Christian? As Christians, we should lead a different lifestyle. When the world looks at you, does it see a man or woman on fire for God? Or does it see just a reflection of itself? Someone who lives the same sinful lifestyle. We say we're Christians, but what really makes us different? 1 John 15 through 17 says, "Do not love the world or anything in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For everything in the world, the cravings of sinful man, the lust of his eyes, and boasting of oneself, comes not from the Father, but from the world. The world and its desires will pass away, but the man who does the will of God will live forever." Can you imagine what your life would look like if before every choice you make, you ask yourself the question, what would Jesus do? Or better yet, ask yourself the question when Jesus Christ is standing right next to you. That sure changes everything. Of course, making the right decisions and resisting temptation is hard because we all know sin feels good. It usually brings pleasure. But what we forget is that sinning also brings future pain. Take the biblical character King David, for example. The man had everything in life. He had the magnificent robes, the impressive chariots, the beautiful women. Even though he may have seemed like the role model of the century, the man who had it all together, the man after God's own heart, David sinned. Temptation came knocking on his door. Or should I say, temptation was bathing next door. Picture this. Here's King David one evening, gazing out of his window, and what does he see? A woman. Not just any woman. She was the most beautiful creature he had ever seen. David, he had a choice. He could have closed his eyes and walked away from that window, but no, he lingered there, and he wanted what he saw. David slept with Bathsheba, even though he knew she was a married woman, and she got pregnant. But a woman getting pregnant isn't exactly an easy sin to cover up. It's not like she could have come up with some crazy story to tell her husband. I mean, what exactly would she tell him? I swallowed a watermelon? At this point in David's life, I'm sure he was probably wishing he would have resisted the beautiful temptation outside of his window. To cover up his sin, he had to lie and murder, and the guilt would live with him forever. You see, David could have avoided all of that pain if only he would have made the right choice to begin with. Temptation is everywhere you look. People live the ungodly lifestyle. The drugs, sex, alcohol use, lying, cheating, stealing, pornography. The list goes on and on. But then you also have the people who are making the right choices, studying the Word, working hard, loving others no matter what, and people who are making a difference in our world. Esther, Abraham Lincoln, Adolf Hitler, Osama bin Laden, Billy Graham, Tiger Woods. Now insert your name here. How will your choices change everything?